There she is in all her glory. You can't really see much at the moment because it is currently 3:45 in the morning. That's right, it's not even 4 o'clock in the morning yet. And I'm trying to do some vehicle checks. Finally got a bite over at St. Helens Depot at the moment. So the tyre tread is good. She's been in for the inspection. So everything should be in nice condition. It's even got the new grease on the back as well, ready. The temperature at the moment is absolutely freezing. Did it go in the fridge for a little bit later on. Woo. Keep that nice and chilled. This needs to be a little bit of a clean later on. Every time it goes in for a service, I don't know what to do. It's like they just get a Greg's pasty and just eat it everywhere. Approaching 4:45 now, and trailers all connected, checks are all been done, load secured, all strapped down, everything needs to be. And I've only got 11 pallets loaded at the moment. However, what I need to do is go over to the hub and get loaded with another 12 pallets because they came through the system last night a little bit later and they went to the hub instead of coming to here. So it's a little bit of pain in the backside, not ideal. So 12 loaded here now, go pick another 11 up also. Something tells me though, today is going to be a long day. I'll say it's a little bit eerie driving down this country lane, 4:10 in the morning. Little by the street lights, but just loads of fog just rolling in from the fields. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, it probably isn't. But it's just like really eerie. You can see all the street lights in the distance, the fog underneath. It's quite cool though. One good side about starting this morning so early, it was a nice clear sky. It took about 10 minutes doing a bit of stargazing, just looking up, watching the universe pass by. I'll get to see the sun later. It should be quite a nice sunrise. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to see it though, because I'm travelling down south. So I might miss it. I was going to Milton Keynes this morning. Way down there. And I think off the top of my head I've got a collection or a drop over in Leicester as well. And then I might have a collection on the way back up. To get to the first job with traffic, it's going to be around 4 hours drive. I think it's going to be nearer 9 o'clock, so I do need to get fuel on the way down as well, if possible. 163 miles in total. Luckily though, the first job is not booked in until 9:30. It's at B&M the Fort over in Bedford. So if I'm due to get there for 9 o'clock, I should hopefully be able to get straight in and not messing about. Sometime later now, it's starting to get a little bit brighter, which is good. It's always a little bit more difficult when you're driving in the dark. Try and keep yourself awake, etc. Keep alert. You always have the air conditioning on as well, around 17 degrees, so it doesn't get too hot. I like try and keep the cab nice, cool temperature. Time is coming up to 7:10. About 2 hours still left to go before I'm at a destination and 89 miles. If possible, I need to try and take a 15-minute break before entering sight, so that'll clear the working time directive. So started this morning around 4:45, 3:30. Need to make sure I take a break before 9:30 ideally. I know we need 15 minutes for that. Then I'll take a 30-minute break after I've left the destination, and that'll clear the working time and driving time directives then as well. So that's both breaks taken out of the way before I get to my second job. As you can probably guess, I'm on the M6 toll road this morning. Using the toll road because it's a lot quicker. There's quite a lot of traffic this morning going towards junction 10. So instead of getting stuck going through Birmingham at the time what it is now, it's just easier just to divert around through the toll road. Will have to pay for it myself. I think it's about £17 in the truck, and then I'll claim that back, so I'll have it back in my account by the end of the week. Not too bad. I don't mind doing it when it's like that. really use the toll road too much. So every so often we do it, especially if it's a time delivery. Need to make sure we get there 30 minutes before, or latest 30 minutes after the booking time. Looks to be another nice day though. The middle of November, it's really surprising. Temperature's definitely dropped, but there's no rain, there's no heavy wind. It's quite sunny, it's quite warm in here, sunshine. The last few days anyhow. Perfect. Oh, it's going higher revs there, isn't it? Not so sure why it's going so high revs. Right, hopefully that saves quite a bit of time. Still got 85 miles left to go. Hopefully his hazard lights are going to be coming off. Yep, perfect. Fairly heavy load as well, the trailer today. Got about 23, 24 ton on. I do like the MANs, but they do lack that little bit more power, don't they? You just need that little bit more. Straight across, hazard lights, cheers mate, thank you very much. I wish the M6 and the M1 was this quiet during the day, honestly. It would make such a difference, doesn't it, when there's no traffic. It was all going so well. 13 miles off the M1 at the moment. There is an ambulance up ahead, so hopefully it's not going towards an accident. It could be looking like it is. Let's see what the matrix signs up says up ahead. I think it's 40 miles per hour with like a caution maybe. With the traffic at the moment, it's kind of eating into the little bit of free time I had before the delivery. It's only one of the problems when you're doing distance. You can't predict what traffic's going to be doing. You have some days where you come straight down here, no problems, then you have another day where it's backed right up. Might actually be congestion actually for everybody coming off at this junction from Coventry. I think it's Coventry junction anyway. So it does back up a little bit around here, especially when you get drivers staying in this lane and then last minute trying to cut across. Yeah, it is for Coventry. The M69. And on the A46. On the way back though, because the second job is over in Leicester, I'll be going up the M1 and then cutting across towards Derby and then to Stoke using the A50. So at least I don't have to come back this way. I'm going to try and get into the middle lane, because I can guarantee there's at least 1 or 2 cars what are going to be holding up traffic to get into the first lane. Let's see how many we spot. So I've got a feeling that the silver car coming up on the left hand side, I think they're going to try to get in. Yeah, indicator on. You can just read it, you can see it a mile off with some of the drivers. Even though it is clear at the moment, lane 1, I'm going to stay in lane 2 until past the junction. Because it looks like there's a van. Yeah, a van's just slowed down, a white car in front of this other van with a trailer pulled across. I think this guy here might be doing it as well. What do you reckon? Do you think they're going to cut across? Yeah. Called it. 3 out of 3. And then all that traffic was backed up because of people not getting in the right lane nice and early. See how easy traffic can be avoided, or more of a free flowing if people just get in the lanes nice and early. Well, it's not good, bit of a tyre there in the middle of the road. Put the hazard lights on, try and warn people behind. Must be careful there, might cause an accident, especially with a motorbiker. It's a little bit close to a van or a car. Van swerves out of the way, biker doesn't see it. Could be an accident that. From out of literally nowhere, I feel like I've just walked into Silent Hill. I don't know if you know the computer game Silent Hill, or you've seen the TV series or films. It's literally like this, it's like a ghost town type thing where you can't see 10 feet in front of you. My word. It's so thick, them cars are just disappearing, aren't they? And you still get quite a lot of cars, believe it or not, that drive through thick fog like this without the lights on. It's absolutely silly. It's so thick. Looks pretty cool with the sun trying to get through off in the distance. Still got 52 miles left to go. About 3.5 miles from the M1 junction. ETA, still saying 9 o'clock, so I've got another 1 hour and 8 minutes to go. I will be taking a 15-minute break though on one of the junctions on the way down. I might try and get into Northampton Junction if I can, if there's any space. Northampton Junction on the M1 South is an absolute nightmare sometimes to get in. They only have like 10 spaces, if that, parking. And every time you go there, they're always full. So I do normally try to avoid that one. Looks like the fog has got even thicker. Really eerie, isn't it? Like that Matrix sign just appeared out of nowhere then. Not jinxing it, at least the roads are nice and quiet. This is another part of the motorway, a little bit like before, where there's a big junction for half a mile, slip road queuing up. You know there's going to be traffic. You always get people last minute trying to jump over it. It's that Milton Keynes one. Another driver there, straight away this red car. They go try and get across as soon as there's space. So I'm staying out of the first lane. Little van just jumped in then. And sometimes, believe it or not, you get them stopping in the first and second lane trying to get across. For some reason, some people think if they put an indicator on and come to a standstill on the motorway, that's the right thing to do. You can't do that, folks. You really can't. If you know you're coming off, just plan it nice and early. Get in the lane. Be safe. About to arrive at the first destination. And at first, I didn't really recognise the address. I was sort of thinking, I don't know if I've been this one before. As soon as I started driving down this road, it's like, yeah, definitely been here before. They're not too bad here, to be fair, pretty quick last time. But there's a huge B&M that we're going to, right behind all of this lot. I think I need to get my sat-nav updated anyway, because the sat-nav doesn't recognise this road. It still thinks it's under construction still. Probably been about 6 months or last time I was at this place. But it is a big site though. Booked in for 9:30 and I'm arriving at 23 minutes past. It's not bad, is it? I've got the paperwork all ready for them. If you ever go to like an RDC, if you're a new driver, so regional distribution centres, always make sure you got paperwork. Whether it's B&M, Argos, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, anything like that, all the big regional distribution centres all require the paperwork. So before you leave, make sure you got it. It just saves a headache when you arrive here and you're thinking, oh crap, I need the paperwork. I don't know which pallet it's on. So when you're strapping your load up, just take the paperwork off. We are, get a booked in with security, then I have to go to the goods in office after that. Make my way over towards goods in. Always try to use up as much space as you can that's available in the yard. If you've got empty bays across the way from you like I have now, use them. Just drive straight into them. Give yourself Nice, long, straight reverse. Always makes life a little bit easier for you. And just gentle steers really as well. Before handing your keys in, just go down, give it a double check, make sure the bay dock level can go across, no problems. Finally got the paperwork, 11:15. Taking a little bit longer than expected, that one. Job number 2, due to get there, I'm going to say 1 o'clock with traffic added on top of that as well. So it's a couple of hours drive and 67 miles away. Only 5.5 miles left to go. And I'm just coming off at this junction now for a 21, luckily. Because you can see, I think there's been an accident up ahead. So hopefully by the time I finish making this delivery, get back onto the M1, it's cleared up a little bit by then. Looks pretty bad so far. Pretty free flowing on the other side. So I'm guessing the accident's going to be on this side. Hey, 700 yards, they can get off. When I get back onto the M1 later on, I think I'm going to have to stay on for a couple of junctions. I'm going to say it's junction 25 that I come off for the A50. If that's the case, it's not too bad. Just glad this lane's moving a little bit more. I can't believe I thought coming off at this junction, it was perfectly fine. We got past all the traffic. But it's literally taken me so far 17 minutes to get from the top of the slip road to where I am now. Still a couple of vehicles in front by the looks of it where the lights are. Still got 4.5 miles left to go. As soon as I get past this little section on a roundabout, I should, in theory, be okay for the rest of the journey. I think the traffic's just backed up because everybody's trying to get on to the M1 coming from the A5460, I think it is. So they're blocking the junction, so when these traffic lights are changing, the car's not able to get off the slip road by the looks of it, from what I can tell anyhow. Not great timing these lights either, to be fair. Absolute chaos around that roundabout, not gonna lie. Lots of people with road rage. Everybody's just beeping their horns. Let's watch these guys to move over, yeah. Right, we're clear. Now before I leave the destination I'm delivering to, I'm going to do a quick Google Maps to see if this area has cleared up a little bit. So there's got to be a different way back, and I'm sure there is. Jumping onto the A563 now. Still got 4 miles left to go. Oh, that had taken ages. 25 minutes to come off the slip road. Crazy that, isn't it? Following for the ring road. Now the place I'm delivering to is a bakery, and for some reason bakeries are always right in the middle of housing estates or locations like this that I'm driving down right now. You never really get them on a big industry estate in the middle of nowhere where there's loads of really good roads to get to. Seems to be a little bit of a theme for them, that's for sure. So I'll go down this road, and then it's down to the right, and looking on Google Maps, it looks like the entrance is at the back. And I could get past these lights. I'm doing a right turn, so I need to take a last minute turn and get around nicely. I think the bakery's here on the left hand side. Is it this bit? I think so. It's on Canal Street. Is this Canal Street up here? I think you got a glimpse of it then, actually, in between all the houses. I've got down as Jacob's Bakery, but this looks like there's one here. Let's go for this. Right, where's the security? Let's park up here and then nip in. A little bit of a tight yard. As you can see, pretty much got to spin it on the spot. Drive out, so then I can reverse it onto the bay. When I say bay, it's just a pretty much painted square on the floor. Luckily, they've accepted it. Straighten it up, then we're good to go there. I wasn't kidding when I said they got a small yard. I spoke to the guy on the forks. He should be unloading me very shortly, and I've all got 11 pallets to get taken off as well, so it shouldn't be too long either. To get back to our yard, I'm looking at 2.5 hours drive, 108 miles in total, straight up the M1, cut across the A50 towards Stoke, and then up the M6 as we did predict. I reckon today it'll probably be like a 5 o'clock finish. That was a nice and quick tip. It's now 10 to 2. And I reckon it'll be about 5 o'clock before I'm back to the yard. So I'll be getting on about 14 hours then. Maybe 14 and a half, give or take. Just got to be careful with this turn. It looks like a lot of people just come flying around. That was good timing. I'm trying my best at the moment as well to stay off energy drinks and drink a little bit less coffee. So I'm trying to drink a little bit more water, but I'm really craving an energy drink right now. So a problem when you're doing driving, if you start eating a lot of crap food and drinks, you can pile the weight on really quickly because you're not doing a lot of activities, are we? We're not moving a lot. Now I'm going to sit into the right lane, left indicator's switched on. That's not ideal, I was hoping it would have been left lane first, if anything. Because it looks quite a tight turn, so I need to go out into the middle of the junction and then swing it left last minute. Where's that from? Oh, okay, there it is. There we go. Nice and wide. Same again for this one. A little bit on the right hand side, left hand side lane, right indicator on. Get some filter. If you're taking up both lanes, just make sure you keep the indicator on so the vehicles behind you know exactly what you're trying to do. There is a lot of roads when you're driving around the UK that you need to take that little bit extra space. Don't be afraid about doing it. It's better taking it wider, will be safer, instead of cutting it too fine, then the trailer dragging across the corner and causing a bit of damage. Last thing you want really, isn't it? Let's be honest. Time is currently 10 to 3 and I've just pulled over to Donington Services and a little bit of a change of plan. So the office phoned me up whilst I've left Leicester and I'm on the way up towards Donington Park, around the corner from here. And they said, can you do us a really big favour? I was like, go on, what are you after now? Like, have you got your overnight bag? I was like, oh great, here we go. Can you do us a really big favour? They were really apologetic, so if you didn't want to do it, then didn't have to do it. It wasn't like a case you got to do it, so they did ask. They're like, can you do a night out and do a load and go at 7 o'clock in the morning from Leicester and deliver it straight to the client? Not ideal, but go on, I'll sort it out for you. Since I've been up since so early, I thought I'll take this opportunity for an early finish. Even though it's not an early finish at home, it's an early finish somewhere, isn't it? So at the moment, I parked up at Donington. I'm waiting for the postcode to come through, see where I'm going to be making the collection. If it's on the other side of Leicester, then I'll probably head a little bit towards Leicester now. So I'm going to stick it on a half-hour break and then make my way towards a little bit nearer to the client if needed. If not, I might just stop on Leicester Services, get a nice spot somewhere for the night. A little bit better than Donington Park Services anyway, aren't they? And yeah, so that's me tonight, staying here, last minute surprise night out. Funny enough, this is why I mentioned yesterday in one of my tips, always bring a spare bag with you, just in case you have to stay out. Quick visit to Greg's for a salted caramel latte. 3:30 now, and still not had the postcode through, or confirmed where I'm going to be making the collection tomorrow. So instead of waiting around, I'm going to jump back onto the motorway, M1 southbound this time. Hopefully the traffic's not too bad. And then I'm going to stop off at, I think it's Leicester Services. And at least I'm just on the outskirts of the ring road then, so I don't have to wake up as early tomorrow. Hopefully, nice early finish still, but a nice lie-in tomorrow as well. What you call a win-win. Back onto M1 South we go then. 3:15. I think the service station's probably about 15, maybe 17 miles away. So if traffic's like this, I should be there way before 4 o'clock, probably 3:45 I reckon, which is still a good time to pull up at the service station for the night. There should be plenty of spaces. It's after 5 o'clock, around 6, it does start getting a little bit more busier. I've never really stayed at these services before, so it's going to be a first time. Never get why cars drive about 45 miles per hour on the motorway. It's a little bit dangerous, that, isn't it? I'm doing 50 miles an hour right now and I'm flying past them. Silly goose. Generally taking me about 10 or 15 minutes to get here. It's now 25 to 4. So we get parked up, sort everything out, and finish at 4 o'clock. That's alright. Still done 12 hours. But that depends, is the space on the services. But tomorrow it should be a little bit of a late one as well. You just get people parked everywhere around here. You're welcome, mate. So, where am I going to park? I'm thinking I should be okay here. Yeah, I'm going to park there where he is, right on the corner. So I can just reverse back a little bit and just drive straight out, no problems. Wow, look at the size of them diggers. Not the diggers, the dumper trucks. Huge. Look at that for space. Right out the front. Poor guy thinks I'm trying to run him over. That, ladies and gentlemen, will do me nicely. First things first though, I need to get this mat, give it a bang outside, get rid of all the debris which is on it. Second, give it a brush, the whole cab floor, and then give it a nice polish so it's ready for tonight. So it looks like it's going to be feet up, watch a bit of TV. I've got my big power pack here as well, so if I want I can cook something in the air fryer, if I pick it up from W8 Smith's, or I can actually get a Taco Bell, because I've got a Taco Bell here which is a brand new one. I wouldn't mind trying that. But also I can get my Horlicks or hot chocolate later on, that's no problems there. That's a little bit better. The number one rule, you got to keep your truck nice and clean. Really are an impressive bit of kit, aren't they? Look at the size of them. I wonder what the maximum weight is for these things, what they can carry. Quite interesting. Officially on break and clocked out for the day, 3:45. When you are parking up for the night though, always try and get yourself near a security camera. Just makes that a little bit safer and less likely for fuel theft. Here we go. Let's pay for the parking. Parking paid for, £34. Glad I'm claiming it back through the company. For the time being, you can just sit up here, watch the world go by. And at least it is nice and quiet as well. KFC, Burger King, Taco Bell, chopsticks down there as well. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be Taco Bell for tonight's tea. And now for the rest of the evening, chill out. Nice little corner of Starbucks. Got a white hot chocolate. And then edit today's vlog. Cheers. And on that note, I'm going to call it a day on the video because I'm just going to edit it, get it uploaded, and then have a good early night tonight, I think. So if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.